Let's welcome up your next storyteller. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen, for Shannon McNeal.
When I first came here to school in Atlanta, Martha, how I found out about it was I was part of the Southern Order of Storytellers. And Joyce and Randy came to a meeting to explain to these folks what personal stories were, and they were mortified that you would tell stories that were true. And I had just had my baby, who's over here. She's now 16. And I believe this is one of the first stories that I told. So I'm from LA. That's Lower Alabama. But even though we lived in Mobile County, we went to church over in Lucedale, Mississippi. Now, I don't remember the name of this church, but it was Pentecostal. Church was fun. We didn't just have a piano. We had an electric guitar, a regular guitar, a set of drums, and a piano. And Brother Little was our preacher. And every week, somebody fell out in the aisle. People speaking in tongues. I mean, people would fall down like they were having some sort of epileptic seizure. So when you're at church, we're paying attention. So on this particular Sunday, Brother Little is preaching about carrying your torch for the Lord. Because you don't want to hide your love for Jesus under no bushel basket. No, you want to carry your torch for the Lord. Well, about the third time he described that torch for the Lord, Jesus spoke to me and my brother at the same time. And we no more than got home and got out of them church clothes. And my brother headed straight to the barn, and I headed straight to the kitchen to get them matches out of that junk drawer. Right under Mama's nose as she's cooking dinner with Grandma. And my brother went down to the barn where y'all don't look like you grew up poor in Alabama. So the way we made jugs or a bucket is you just take a bleach bottle and you just cut the top of it off. And you got a jug. So he took the bleach bottle and he went over to that pump and he pumped that diesel fuel in it about halfway full. And we met down in the pasture. Now this is a pasture where we had hogs, but we just sold them. Now, I don't know if y'all know about raising pigs and hogs, but they love to dig. So they always dig in ruts and then just holes and crap everywhere. But where Daddy had them was a pecan grove. So there was limbs everywhere. So we found the two most perfect torches you've ever seen. And we stripped them leaves off and them little branches. Now what you do is you take your stick, you put it in that diesel fuel. You take your match. You got a torch for the Lord. Now, it would only be lit for like 5 or 10 seconds. So after 2 or 3 times, I was bored. Like my brother said, now my brother is 2 years older than me. He's supposed to know something, right? He said, hold on. I got an idea. I got me an idea. Hold on. And he took his stick and he started stirring it in that diesel. And stirring. I'm like, what are you doing? Hold on. And he stirred it. When he finally picked that stick up out of that diesel fuel, wow, it's just dripping. And that diesel fuel starts coming down the stick, but he don't notice that. And he goes, whoo! Now that was a torch for the Lord. But that fire is coming down that stick towards his hand, and it scared him. So he dropped it. Have y'all ever seen diesel fuel burn? Have you ever seen plastic burn? Well, that was the ugliest, nastiest. It was black, but it was white, it was thick, and it was headed straight to heaven. And we just knew Daddy's gonna see it. And when Daddy sees that, we're gonna meet Jesus long before we. So my brother said something to me, but I was excited. And he's here, and I'm there, and there's all this smoke and flame. And I didn't understand what he said, but I did see his foot go back. And he kicked that diesel right on me. Well, I was in the 3rd grade. We hadn't covered stop, drop, and roll. So I turned and ran. And if I hadn't been running in that pasture, well, all them ruts and holes, I wouldn't have tripped and fell. And if I wouldn't have tripped and fell, he couldn't have caught me. And he caught me, and he put the fire out, and it blistered his hands up something off him. He says, "Is that? We don't have to tell, Daddy." Well, 3 weeks later, I come home from the burn unit of the University of South Alabama Medical Center. And during that period I was in the hospital, Mama had a conversation with Brother Little. Spoiler alert, evangelicals are no different. 57 minus 8, 49 years later. He said, "Jackie, I think this must have happened not because of my preaching, but because of your spirit. There must be something you're doing wrong that your young'un got her ass burned up listening to me preaching. But I can tell you why I made them torches. It sounded like fun. Carry your torch